Attack on Titan, Gene's 10 closest friends, ranked. Gene Kirstein is a fellow member of the 104th Cadet Corps with Eren, Mikasa, Sasha, Connie, and others. There and elsewhere. He made many friends. Gene Kirstein is one of the most interesting characters in Attack on Titan. When he was introduced, Gene wanted to become a soldier in the military police so he could live a peaceful life. However, after fighting against the Titans and watching his friends suffer, he knew that he had to join the Survey Corps with them and protect humanity. The development that he had in just a few chapters made him one of the best characters in the beginning of the manga. Throughout the series, he got closer to his friends and did everything he could in order to protect them. Here are the 10 friends that he was closest to. 10. Gene gave Marlowe a chance to join the Survey Corps. Marlowe was a military police soldier who hated how corrupt those around him were. After learning that he wouldn't be able to change things, he wanted to join the Survey Corps to have more of an impact, and Gene helped him get in. Unfortunately, Gene wouldn't get to spend as much time with Marlowe as he wanted since the recruit was killed during the charge against the Beast Titan at Shiganshina. 9. Gene and Eren had a complicated friendship. When Gene first met Eren, the two instantly became rivals. Eren always wanted to join the Survey Corps and hated that Gene wanted to be in the military police. After Gene changed his mind, however, the two got closer and were able to work with each other. Thinking that they finally put their differences aside, Gene was finally able to think of Eren as a friend after knowing him for years. However, Eren ended up betraying the Survey Corps and fought against them. No matter how close the two became, Gene and Eren were never going to be on each other's side completely. 8. Bertholdt and Gene were close during their training days. Before it was revealed that Bertholdt was the Colossal Titan, he was good friends with everyone in the 104th Cadet Corps, including Gene. However, once the truth came out, things couldn't go back to how they once were. Even though Gene remembered the good times he had with Bertholdt, and even tried speaking to him after knowing who he was, they couldn't be friends in the end. 7. Reiner was both a close friend and enemy to Gene. Like Bertholdt, Reiner also got close to the soldiers in the 104th Cadet Corps only to end his friendships with them once he told them that he was the Armored Titan. However, Reiner lived long enough to make amends with Gene. Towards the end of the manga, the two had to work together in order to save the world. Though Gene couldn't forgive Reiner for everything he had done, the two were able to be friends again and still spent time with each other 3 years after stopping the rumbling. 6. Gene had a crush on Mikasa. When Gene first met Mikasa, he instantly had a crush on her, and the two got even closer as time passed. Gene was always inspired by Mikasa and has been there for her since they fought the Titans at Trost. Though they didn't always get along due to Gene's rivalry with Eren, they have been through a lot together and were always on each other's side when it mattered. 5. Hang and Gene worked well together. Gene and Hang had a lot in common when they first met each other, paving the way for them to become a good team. Though they were both more modest about themselves. Both of them were seen as leaders by those around them, including each other, as they trusted each other's opinions and views on things. One example of this was when Hang decided to not kill Reiner at Shiganshina because Gene convinced them not to. Hang also helped Gene understand that he needed to join them in stopping the rumbling rather than having his childhood dream of living a quiet life come true. 4. Armin and Gene made a great team. Like Hang, Gene also worked well with Armin. In fact, they were even better comrades due to how much longer they knew each other. They met the day they joined the military in the 104th Cadet Corps. Even though Armin was the smartest out of the group, and one of the smartest characters in the entire series, he needed to rely on Jean throughout the series and wouldn't have been able to accomplish as much as he had without him. Armin also saved Jean's life at one point, when a member of the anti-personnel control squad tried to kill him. 3. Jean was close to Sasha for years and was devastated by her death. Sasha was one of Jean's best friends throughout the series. The two had trained a lot together during their time in the 104th Cadet Corps and always got along, forming a trio with Connie. It was devastating for Jean when Sasha died in Marley. Just when he thought that she was safe, Gabby shot her on their way back to Paradis. At the end of the manga, he got to see Sasha one last time, giving him closure. 2. Connie and Jean had been through a lot together. Connie always spent time with Sasha and Jean, getting along with them more than any of his other comrades. He got even closer to Jean after Sasha died, with the two of them spending most of their time together in the last couple of arcs in the series. Towards the end of the manga, they even temporarily became pure titans together, accepting that they did everything that they could in order to save the world and would hope that their other friends could finish the job. Luckily, they turned back into humans and were still close years later. 1. Marco was the best friend that Jean ever had. Marco and Jean were incredibly close during their days in the 104th Cadet Corps. They got along right away since they both wanted to become military police soldiers and had what it would take, with Marco believing in Jean more than anyone else had. Unfortunately, Marco was one of the first characters to die. However, even in death, Marco always inspired Jean to do what he thought was right, leading him to become a member of the Survey Corps and do everything he could to defend humanity.